Sunshine Chocolate Factory in Alade in the ancient town of Idanre is a public-private partnership between the Ondo State government and the United States company SPAGnVOLA Chocolatiers. The factory, estimated to be worth 9 billion naira, produces 2.8 million tons of chocolate per annum. Q.E.D made in Nigeria, with the assistance of Mr. Rob Hadose, Executive Director in charge of operations, reviews the process of making chocolates, utilizing the exquisite and aromatic cocoa beans from Oda Cocoa Estate, cultivated by local farmers also in Idanre, a town notable for the production of cocoa in large quantities in Nigeria.
Welcome to SPAGnVOLA Nigeria Limited. We are the operators of Sunshine Chocolate Factory. This is our laboratory where we begin the process, and that process is what you're going to see very shortly. Here we make sure that everything is top-notch. The hygiene must be 100% because this is food and we don't want to bring contamination into what people eat. Now here we determine the kind of chocolate we want to produce. This is just a laboratory. We have mini equipment here. These mini equipments are just maximum of 2 kg content, but right now we're doing a 1 kg content of white chocolate. White chocolate does not come with the usual cocoa beans and stuff, and that's what you find mostly in the market. So what you do here is to let this run for a minimum of 24 hours, after which we turn it out and then begin to make the chocolate itself. This is the process of making the chocolate brick. We let it rest after it has turned, but as we go on we try to taste to tell whether the content is as sweet as we want it to be or as bitter as we want it to be, depending on the nature of the chocolate we are making. So you take a little to taste what you have in there. If it has met your requirements, then it's okay. If it has, you have to let it run for as long as possible in order to make that texture and that taste. This is a heat gun. You need to change temperature when you want to do the chocolate. It brings out heat. At the point of chocolate making, you will see this process also. Oh, this is a roaster. This roaster, we bring the cocoa beans in and pour it into this container and then let it roast for between 30 and 60 minutes depending on the quality of chocolate you want to make. And after that, I run it also at 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. After that, you bring it out, let it cool, and then you turn it, break it into nibs and all of that. So we'll go to where the main activity goes on. This is pouring out the chocolate. Pouring out the chocolate. You can see it's called the chocolate brick. It's called premium cocoa beans, very high quality, the type of which you do not find anywhere. I'll just open it for you and let you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you can see. For those who are familiar with cocoa, you see there's no trace of any foreign matter, no slaty, no mold inside. And if you cut all of them, this is what you're going to get. You're not going to get anything different from each of them because they went through a very rigorous process of fermentation, selection. When we harvest, we do not let it rest on the ground like others do. the cocoa must go into fermentation maximum of 8 hours from the point of harvest. So if you start harvest by 8 o'clock, for instance, by 4 p.m. you should start fermentation. Now this room is called the pre-grinding room, and 3 main activities go on here. We have here the press, we have here the pulverizer, and we have here the melters. Now the press is those nibs that you saw earlier are brought here if you want to make butter or cocoa liquor from those beans, those leaves. So you pour it in and then you press. This machine press it down, then the liquor will come out here. At the point it comes out here, it is cocoa liquor. That cocoa liquor contains butter, it contains cocoa, what eventually becomes cocoa powder. It's cocoa mass, right? So the butter comes out here and then the mass comes out the other way. So this is the press. We currently are not using this machine because we do not have need for it at the moment. Now, when the cocoa has solidified, in other words, from the grinding room, once it is solidified, and you want to make cocoa powder like you have in the beverage markets, you want to make cocoa powder out of it, you then pour them in here, and then you get the powder from this side. You make your cocoa powder, bag it, and then you have a different kind of product. That is the cocoa powder drink, just the beverage that you drink from cocoa. Now, because of the composition of this, which already has the ingredients, you have milk, you have sugar, and you also have the cocoa inside. You already have ready-made, ready-to-drink meal. That is what is called the chocolate drink. So this is where it is made. You now press it down to make that. Now this is the melter. These are melters. We have 10 of these here. What is the work of the melter? When the cocoa has been milled, and you want to make, the mass has been made, it has rested for a while, you want to make chocolates now, chocolate bars. You want to make chocolate bars. You then bring the chocolate mass into in the container. You don't want any steam to get in. This has just been put in about 2 minutes ago. It's just heating up. If you look down now, you will see that it's trying to heat up. In another 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you come back now. A lot of this one would have melted. If you come cocoa paste, you see, you can see my hand is coming, it's melting, right? So in another 15 minutes you come back and it's already melted to the point where you can then begin to make the chocolate, either bar, truffles or bonbons that you want to make, right? So that's the work of the melters here. Like I say, everything we have here is functional. Nothing is moribund. Nothing is not. You can't find any machine that is here that is not working. Everything is working in pristine condition. By the time we leave that place, this is what you see. This is what is melted, later melted.
So whenever you hear, wow, that chocolate tastes so nice, it is the best, you won't be wrong to guess it was made in Nigeria, and QED is proud to let you know.